Gym goers, what's the dark side of the gym life that no one ever admits? Nothing is really that clean. Going after work and then having to come home to cook, just literal exhaustion, which is why meal prepping comes in handy though. I had a roommate who was a very serious lifter, basically dedicated his life to it and was on roids, and I'd kick what else? He was jacked. But in his mind, he was always small and no amount of gains could get him to where he wanted to be. There was always a bigger dude. Def had some big mental issues from it and was extremely insecure, even though the average dude could dream of having his physique. Not being able to stop going to the gym because if you don't go, you can feel yourself getting weaker by the second. The roving gangs of high schoolers in pajamas aren't actually bothering anybody. Gymfluencers are a far greater cancer. Feeling guilty when you don't go. Pain sometimes in the joints, tendons, even if you do everything right and fatigue all the time. Overall, nothing dark. My life is better for it. The only downside is that it's a time suck. I would like going to the gym more if I had an extra hour in a day, 4 days a week. I enjoy working out, but trying to fit in the time means that I have less time to spend on other things I enjoy. There is no dark side of the gym life, really. Matter of fact, it's all dark. Dysmorphia. At this point, I have no goddamn idea what I look like. Gotten to the point about 21, I'm about 215 pounds and body fat 16 and change percent, which is, for a man my age, getting below 20% was my goal some years ago, but it's not enough. It's never enough. Now, once you start, you can never actually stop going. It requires a ton of work to keep even mild amount of gains. People going in, even when they have a cold that was going to spread around like a bitch. Going when your body says no. Dirty AF. I've gotten a few plantar warts on my finger because of the gym. I always wipe the mats and foam rollers before use and after use. You will be insecure about the way you look forever, no matter how good you look. They say once you get in the habit, it'll be fun, and you'll miss it if you can't go for some reason. 10 years in, I'm still waiting for that. It's a chore every time. The only reason I do it is because I like living and being in shape. After 40, it's the regular aches and pains. Still a great experience, but my fucking shoulder never lets me enjoy it like when I was 20. And as the years go on, you'll just pick up more of them. Worst smelling stalls ever. It's an outhouse. It's like some people holding their foulest smelling shit strictly for the gym. How much fucking money, energy, and effort it takes to just look a little less mid. You may get in incredible shape and become fit, but then you have to work hard to maintain it. And it never ends. If you stop even for a few weeks or months, you'll watch years of work start to disappear. That a lot of gym goers can struggle with EDs and or really bad body dysmorphia. There's a lot of body dysmorphia going on in the gym. Most gym goers are doing it for their health or because they enjoy it. But there's a lot of especially younger men who spend an ungodly amount of time in the gym because they hate how they look. Always been a thing, but social media has just been pouring gasoline on the flames. Their feed is full of roided up influencers benching 6 plates for breakfast, and they get the idea that those people are normal and not extreme statistical outliers. People forget that a very average looking dude with love handles and a 135 bench is actually in much better shape than the vast majority of the population. If you get very serious about the gym, there's a good chance you'll have at least a couple bad injuries in your lifetime. Also, caffeine addiction. You become hooked on the endorphin release and will miss a lot to get your training in. 70% of guys don't wash their hands after they use the bathroom. That so many people who manage to get in shape after years of being out of shape make the gym their entire personality to the point where they were unavailable to do other things. One of my friends who I play pickleball with has a wife who went from out of shape to an amazing shape all the time, always working out, etc. But she's afraid to play pickleball with us because she doesn't want to throw off her workout schedule. It's great to get in good shape, but when your entire life revolves around the gym, it's no way to live. IMO. Being healthy makes me more judgmental of people that aren't. An unhealthy disgust, disdain. Your body is decaying regardless. When you get sick and can't go like I'm right now, you feel like your muscles are shrinking and you're becoming more worthless immediately. Lots of people in the fitness space have undiagnosed EDs, but it's socially acceptable to track macros like they are life and death. Blame social media, but 99. 9% of the guys you see on fitness pages are not natural. They're blasting gear. So then you have all of these high school boys end up also blasting gear to look a certain way, and it's sad. Work hard, add a little weight every other week, eat your chicken, beef, eggs, and rice. If you were going to make friends, I'd kick. If that's going to happen, people actively avoid gazes. It's very easy to get addicted to exercise and tie your self-worth to how you perform in the gym and how you look. You get a skewed perspective of how in shape the average person is and can easily find yourself trying to keep up with the Joneses, for lack of a better term, when half the guys in there are on testosteroids, etc. That being said, I'd say that's the least of your worries compared to never going at all. Once you've gotten through the new gain stage, how slow you gain muscle if you're not on gear, I still enjoy the process of working out and the physical and mental benefits that come with it. But there's so little appreciable difference in muscle mass for months on end. Once you actually commit to the gym, you are never enough. Your goal was to bench 25 pounds. Now it's 250 LBAPs. 1,000 LBAPs club. Now it's the 1,250 LBAPs club. Your chest is now forever small. Your lats deflated. Your legs rickety. It doesn't matter how good your macros are, how strong you are, or how big your pump is. The body dysmorphia comes all the same. If you incorporate running into your split, which you should, at least a 5K once a week, you are never full. Your stomach turns into a black hole, which sounds nice. And it is, at first. A lot of people are there because it's cheaper than a therapist and are battling demons no one sees. If you've lifted since you were younger, you notice the effects of aging directly impacting your performance. But it definitely beats the alternative of not doing it. The absolute dipshits that do curls, presses, whatever, right in front of the dumbbell rack. Drives me fucking crazy. Like, bro, you can find a better place to do that in the entire fucking gym. The ones that are there almost every day are obsessed with fitness, and the way they look are usually the most broken. There are a lot of kids that get on gear with little to no training and wind up testing a pec, which is surgery in 6 months. Also, a lot of lonely old gym rats seem to struggle with maintaining a normal, healthy lifestyle outside of the gym. The amount of washing it generates. As a gym goer for many years, the dark side would be through the fact that more and more people feel entitled at the gym. In recent years, seen a lot of people at the gym recording their sessions and spending like 2 hours on a machine not even caring about. Others have also been people get pissed off when someone else walks through their video. Everything always hurts, and I'm either fat and miserable or lean and extra miserable, but I'm definitely also tired. It's mostly great. If you're serious about hypertrophy, then there are nights of sore joints and muscles, but it's pretty minor. The real dark side is that you start to see food as fuel, and it can be annoying to family, friends, dates, etc. You don't drink, and you skip desserts, and people think you're suffering and trying to diet, but in reality, you're just making different choices. The vanity involved, such a big part of gym culture to go into the place and want people to look at you for validation. I think that having physical insecurities helps a lot of people develop themselves. But there's a point where it clearly becomes glorifying vanity. I mean, the amount of people just staring at themselves in the mirror for extended periods of time is not normal to me. And I see a lot of this glorification of vanity as if exercising and staying in shape is some Spartan warrior level of honor or some kind of heroic thing. I think that your physical fitness should be an imperative regardless of anything, measured against yourself and your own strengths, weaknesses.